Super Bowl I was held on January 15, 1967, at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum and featured the NFL's Green Bay Packers defeating the AFL's Kansas City Chiefs 35-10. Packers quarterback Bart Starr was named MVP. Tickets averaged $12, and a 30-second ad cost $42,000. It remains the only Super Bowl that didn't sell out. Super Bowl II. The Packers faced the Oakland Raiders at the Miami Orange Bowl and won 33-14, marking coach Vince Lombardi's final game with the team. Super Bowl III. The AFL's New York Jets upset the NFL's Baltimore Colts 16-7. Jets quarterback Joe Namath famously guaranteed the win before the game. He delivered and earned MVP honors. Arguably the most important Super Bowl in history, since it was the first time an AFL team beat an NFL team. Super Bowl IV. The Chiefs defeated the Minnesota Vikings 23-7, with Chiefs quarterback Len Dawson named MVP. This game further cemented the AFL's standing ahead of the merger. Super Bowl V. The Baltimore Colts narrowly defeated the Dallas Cowboys 16-13. Cowboys linebacker Chuck Howley was named MVP, the only time a player from the losing team has received the honor. Super Bowl VI. The Cowboys claimed their first championship by defeating the Miami Dolphins 24-3. Quarterback Roger Staubach was awarded MVP, and with a measured 39 degrees, it remains the coldest Super Bowl in history. Super Bowl VII. The Dolphins completed the only undefeated season in NFL history by defeating the Washington Redskins 14-7. Safety Jake Scott was named MVP. The temperature measured 84 degrees, the warmest in Super Bowl history. Super Bowl VIII. Held on January 13, 1974 at Rice Stadium in Houston, the first time a Super Bowl was played in a non-NFL venue. The Dolphins secured back-to-back titles with a 24-7 victory over the Vikings. Super Bowl IX. The Pittsburgh Steelers won their first championship by defeating the Vikings 16-6. Running back Franco Harris was named MVP. Super Bowl X. The Steelers defeated the Cowboys 21-17. Wide receiver Lynn Swann was named MVP after catching passes for a total of 161 yards, the most ever in a Super Bowl at that time. Super Bowl XI. The Oakland Raiders claimed their first title by defeating the Vikings 32-14. Super Bowl XII. The Dallas Cowboys defeated the Denver Broncos 27-10. Defensive linemen Harvey Martin and Randy White were co-MVPs, the first and only time multiple players have shared the award. It is considered the sloppiest Super Bowl in history, with Denver committing 8 turnovers alone. Super Bowl XIII. The Steelers secured a 35-31 victory over the Cowboys. Quarterback Terry Bradshaw was named MVP after throwing for 318 yards and 4 touchdowns. Super Bowl XIV. The Steelers won their 4th championship by defeating the Los Angeles Rams 31-19. Bradshaw repeated as MVP. It is the highest attended Super Bowl in history, with 139,853 fans. Super Bowl XV. The Raiders became the first wildcard team to win the Super Bowl, defeating the Philadelphia Eagles 27-10. Quarterback Jim Plunkett was named MVP. Super Bowl XVI. Held on January 24, 1982, at the Pontiac Silverdome in Michigan, the first time the Super Bowl was played in a northern city, the San Francisco 49ers secured their first championship by defeating the Cincinnati Bengals 26-21. Super Bowl XVII. On January 30, 1983, at the Rose Bowl, the Washington Redskins defeated the Dolphins 27-17, with running back John Riggins named MVP after rushing for a then-record 166 yards. It was the first Super Bowl to be broadcast globally. Super Bowl XVIII. The Los Angeles Raiders dominated the Redskins 38-9. Running back Marcus Allen earned MVP honors with a record-setting 191 rushing yards. Super Bowl XIX. The 49ers defeated the Dolphins 38-6. Quarterback Joe Montana was named MVP after throwing for 331 yards and 3 touchdowns. It also was the first time a sitting U.S. president participated in the coin toss ceremony, as Ronald Reagan appeared live via satellite from the White House. Super Bowl 20. The Chicago Bears overwhelmed the New England Patriots 46-10. Defensive end Richard Dent earned MVP honors. Super Bowl 21. On January 25, 1987, at the Rose Bowl, the New York Giants secured their first championship by defeating the Denver Broncos 39-20. Quarterback Phil Simms was named MVP after completing 22 of 25 passes. Super Bowl 22. The Redskins overcame a 10-point deficit to defeat the Broncos 42-10. Quarterback Doug Williams was named MVP, becoming the first African-American quarterback to win the championship. Super Bowl 23. The 49ers defeated the Bengals 20-16. Joe Montana led a game-winning drive, and wide receiver Jerry Rice was named MVP with 215 receiving yards. Super Bowl 24. The 49ers dominated the Broncos 55-10, the most lopsided score in Super Bowl history. Super Bowl 25. The Giants narrowly defeated the Buffalo Bills 20-19 after the Bills kicker missed a potential game-winning field goal, the only Super Bowl to be decided by fewer than 3 points. Super Bowl 26. The Redskins defeated the Bills 37-24, winning their third championship. Super Bowl 27. The Cowboys dominated the Bills 52-17. The Cowboys scored 35 points off a Super Bowl record 9 Buffalo turnovers. Super Bowl 28. The Cowboys secured back-to-back titles by again defeating the Bills 30-13. The Bills became the first and only team to lose 4 straight title games. Super Bowl 29. The 49ers defeated the San Diego Chargers 49-26, becoming the first team to win 5 Super Bowls. This was also the first Super Bowl where both teams scored in all 4 quarters. Super Bowl 30. The Cowboys defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-17, securing their 5th Super Bowl title. Cornerback Larry Brown was named MVP for 2 pivotal interceptions. Super Bowl 31. The Packers triumphed over the New England Patriots 35-21, marking their first championship since Super Bowl II. Super Bowl 32. The Denver Broncos upset the defending champion Packers 31-24. Running back Terrell Davis rushed for 157 yards and 3 touchdowns despite a migraine, and was named MVP. Super Bowl 33. The Broncos secured back-to-back titles by defeating the Atlanta Falcons 34-19. Quarterback John Elway in his final NFL game was named MVP. Super Bowl 34. The St. Louis Rams edged out the Tennessee Titans 23-16, often noted as 23-6 but corrected. Linebacker Mike Jones made a game-saving tackle on the final play. Quarterback Kurt Warner threw for a then-record 414 yards and earned MVP. Super Bowl 35. Held on January 28, 2001 at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, the Baltimore Ravens' dominant defense led them to a 34-7 victory over the New York Giants. Linebacker Ray Lewis was named MVP. Super Bowl 36. The New England Patriots, led by first-year starting quarterback Tom Brady, defeated the St. Louis Rams 20-17 on a last-second field goal by Adam Vinatieri. Brady was named MVP. Super Bowl 37. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense dominated, leading to a 48-21 victory over the Raiders. Super Bowl 38. The Patriots secured a 32-29 win over the Carolina Panthers with another game-winning field goal by Vinatieri. Tom Brady was named MVP for the second time. Super Bowl 39. The Patriots won their third championship in 4 years by defeating the Philadelphia Eagles 24-21. Super Bowl 40. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Seattle Seahawks 21-10, securing their 5th Super Bowl title. Super Bowl 41. The Indianapolis Colts, led by quarterback Peyton Manning, defeated the Chicago Bears 29-17. Manning was named MVP after throwing for 247 yards and a touchdown. Super Bowl 42. The New York Giants upset the previously undefeated Patriots 17-14, highlighted by wide receiver David Tyree's famous helmet catch. Quarterback Eli Manning was named MVP. Super Bowl 43. The Steelers secured a 27-23 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. Wide receiver Santonio Holmes made the game-winning touchdown catch and earned MVP honors. This game was the last broadcast for announcing legend John Madden. Super Bowl 44. The New Orleans Saints won their first championship by defeating the Colts 31-17. Quarterback Drew Brees was named MVP, completing 32 of 39 passes for 288 yards and 2 touchdowns. Super Bowl 45. The Packers defeated the Steelers 31-25, with quarterback Aaron Rodgers earning MVP honors by throwing for 304 yards and 3 touchdowns. The broadcast on Fox averaged about 111 million viewers, breaking the record for the most-watched program in American television history. The game's attendance was 103,219, just short of the Super Bowl record. Super Bowl 46. The Giants again triumphed over the Patriots 21-17, with Eli Manning named MVP for the second time. An estimated total audience of 166,852,383 watched. Super Bowl 47. This game is noted as the only time in Super Bowl history where 2 brothers were head coaches. Super Bowl 48. The Seattle Seahawks secured their first Super Bowl victory by defeating the Denver Broncos 43-8. Seahawks linebacker Malcolm Smith earned MVP honors after recording a pick six and recovering a fumble. Super Bowl 49. The Patriots triumphed over the Seahawks 28-24. Patriots quarterback Tom Brady was named MVP after throwing 4 touchdown passes. A critical interception by rookie Malcolm Butler in the final moments secured the win. Pop star Katy Perry headlined the halftime show, which featured her memorable entrance on a giant mechanical lion, and the game drew a record-breaking 144 million viewers. Super Bowl 50. This is the first one without Roman numerals. The kickoff was at 6:39 p.m. Eastern Time, the latest kickoff in Super Bowl history. The Broncos defeated the Panthers 24-10. This game marked the final appearance for Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning. The halftime show featured Coldplay with guest appearances by Beyoncé and Bruno Mars. Super Bowl 51. The Patriots staged a historic comeback to defeat the Falcons 34-28 in the first Super Bowl to go into overtime. Tom Brady earned MVP honors for his 466 passing yards. Super Bowl 52. The Eagles claimed their first championship title by defeating the Patriots 41-33. Backup quarterback Nick Foles was named MVP by executing the memorable Philly Special trick play. Super Bowl 53. The Patriots secured a 13-3 victory over the Los Angeles Rams in the lowest-scoring Super Bowl to date. The game has been regarded by some as one of the worst Super Bowls in history and drew the smallest audience in a decade. Super Bowl 54. The Chiefs defeated the 49ers 31-20, securing their first championship in 50 years. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes was named MVP after leading a fourth-quarter comeback. Super Bowl 55. The Buccaneers, led by Tom Brady, defeated the Chiefs 31-9. Brady earned his 5th Super Bowl MVP award and his 7th Super Bowl victory. Super Bowl 56. The Los Angeles Rams secured a 23-20 victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. Wide receiver Cooper Kupp was named MVP after catching 2 touchdown passes, including the game winner. The halftime show featured Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar. The broadcast of Super Bowl 56 was the second most watched in the game's history, marking a shift from several years of declining ratings. Super Bowl 57. The Chiefs overcame a 10-point halftime deficit to defeat the Eagles 38-35. Patrick Mahomes, playing through an ankle injury, was named MVP, the first time that 2 brothers, head coaches or players, ever faced each other on opposing Super Bowl teams. Super Bowl 58. The Chiefs secured back-to-back championships by defeating the 49ers 25-22 in overtime. Mahomes was again named MVP after leading a game-tying drive in the fourth quarter and throwing the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Super Bowl 59. The Eagles defeated the Chiefs 40-22 on February 9, 2025, at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Quarterback Jalen Hurts was named MVP after throwing for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns, and rushing for 72 yards, including a touchdown. This victory ended Kansas City's bid to become the first team to win 3 straight Super Bowls. If you'd like to watch some of our previous content, click the link on screen.